Hi everyone, welcome to my channel or welcome back. I'm Chandrika and this is RIKA Life. Alright, so I am posting this for the beginning of the week. I know it's not Monday, but I'm just managing with summer and family over, and so I just thought I'd hop on quickly and make a short video just so you know I'm here and everything's good. My family and I were out of town this past weekend, so we had a really nice time meeting family and celebrating a birthday. And it was just a nice, it's just like refreshing. I feel just a change to be away and to do something new and to meet different people and to get to dress up. So I will share some pictures actually. I will share on my community post. I'll share a picture of myself. I was wearing a nice Indian outfit, so I will share that and you can see that on there. Um, I love dressing up. Not always, but when there's an event, I do like dressing up. I'd like to be able to put on my makeup and wear my clothes nicely, so that was really fun. I did not take my crochet with me, so from how many days did I miss? A good 3 days, and then I just picked up my hook again last night Sunday night when I got back. So I have not made that much progress on the projects that I've shown you, but I will keep working on them. So this is a block stitch blanket that I'm making, and I'm holding together one strand of white big twist value. I'm holding one strand of that. This is a worsted weight. And then I'm holding one strand of the Karen Skinny Cakes. And this is the color Spearmint. So I don't think these have been all discontinued. I'm not sure. I bought this at Michael's in, I want to say, June. And I bought them because they were on clearance. They were down from $12.99 to $5. So I bought it in 6 different colors, or there might be some repeats, but I bought 6 cakes. And I have 4 left, I want to say, maybe. So I didn't get through that many. I only got through 2 cakes because I was away for the month of July in Canada. So I got through 2 cakes. I think I took 4 cakes with me and I got through 2 cakes. Coming home, I started this one. Sorry, I didn't show you the colors nicely. So this is the Spearmint. It's really beautiful. Just reminds me of like a pond or a lily pad, or just really like being outside in nature near the water. So hold on one second. Sorry about that. Just some summer fun, people being outside and coming back inside. So I have to go open the door for them. What was I saying? So yes, this color of the Skinny Cake Spearmint really is reminding me of just a pond, maybe even. It's such a beautiful color. It's really, really vibrant. So the Skinny Cake is actually classified as a light number 3. It recommends a G 4mm hook, and it says it is machine washable and dryable. It is 100% acrylic. It's 8.8 ounces or 250 grams, 795 yards or 727 meters. So it's pretty decent. Even for $12.99, it's not that bad, but for $5, I mean, it's a steal. That's likely not at Michael's anymore. I've been watching other YouTubers because I need to tell you the honest truth is that for all of July and all of August so far, I have not stepped into Michael's or Joann's. So I'm getting all my information from YouTube, and other crocheters are going into Michael's, and I know Joann's has been having like amazing sales. I get their emails every day, but Michael's just came out with a whole bunch of new Karen cakes. So they have like spice cakes, macchiato cakes, what are the other names? I don't even know. Cloud cakes. So I I watched some of those videos and the colors were really, really beautiful. So definitely, I don't know if they put all that online or not, but you can check out their website or their app, or if you do have a chance, you can go to their store. Now, because those were just released, those are all at full price. So those are $12.99 each, which is quite a steep price. I honestly would feel more comfortable paying maybe less than $8 or $9 for something like that, not so much $13. But another thing is that I am kind of on a self-imposed yarn ban. I'm really trying to work through my stash. I have lots of makes that I've done that are here, but I have so much yarn right now. Like I think I just bought so much yarn this year, and now I'm slowly working on my whips, and I don't know, I kind of feel like I want to like slow down and enjoy it again. I mean, I've always been enjoying it, but there's kind of this feeling, especially when you have a channel and you're trying to make videos and stay current and relevant, that you should be kind of like pumping out product, like finishing projects and just sharing them and keep going and keep going. But at some point I feel like or at least for me, I just want to like slow down, and I want to enjoy the stitches, and I want to enjoy this process and the relaxation. So I'm kind of stuck between those two things right now, where I'm like, let's work on this faster, but I'm like, I can't do this any faster. And I am, a little bit limited on time right now because I have family over and I still have my son home with me until September. So I'm not really sure how my videos are going to work for the next couple weeks. But I am going to do my best to have my 2 videos per week and stick to that schedule. So I know today's video has not been that exciting so far, but what else? So I have in front of me some signs that my daughter made for my RIKA Life, which I'll share with you. I don't think I have shared these before. If I have, then this is a repeat. So this design, I designed it, and then she colored it in, and then she wrote the RIKA Life at the top. And then this design, it's right here, like right in front of me. This design is hers completely. She did the colors. She is 8. She just turned 8. So she loves doing artwork, and she just loves being creative. And I can guess, whoops, where she got that from. Hold on. Sorry. Okay. So I can guess where she got that from. She really does love art. She loves coloring. She loves not so much drawing, but I think she definitely has a creative side to her. So yeah. So she made those 2 things for me, and I decided to finally just put them up where I can see them and where I can enjoy them. What else? So I spent some time last week, like one evening, and I went through pictures from the summer and I printed out new pictures. So I'm not a very digital person. I'm more of an analog person, a paper and pen person. I printed off about 100 pictures from the summer, and I bought a new album to put them in, and I put them all in the album. So I have about 4 or 5 albums here, just from like the last 10 years or so, which is hardly any albums. But I really like having pictures in person, like an actual copy of a picture, not just a soft copy, but a hard copy. And it just so happens that randomly my daughter's school will ask for pictures for a certain project or to decorate something. And so it really comes in handy, because she needed pictures on like the second day of school, and I had just printed them. So I got really, really lucky with that. Otherwise, it's like I'd be putting up, not super old pictures, but I would be putting up pictures from like last year, like maybe in the last 6 to 12 months. And everyone kind of looks different because your kids grow so fast. So my kids are kind of growing like weeds right now, and I haven't bought them any new clothes yet for the new school year, but I may have to do that. My son's pants are, there's that much gap between the bottom of his foot and the bottom of his pant. So I might need to go shopping for him. I'm trying to like stay out of the stores because I'm going to end up buying more yarn. There's two yarns I really want. There's a Premier gradient yarn. They have some very beautiful colors. And then there is Lion Brand Mandala Grade. I don't know if it's a Mandala gradient or it's just Lion Brand gradient yarn. They also have some beautiful colors. Those ones I saw were available at Joann's, and then the Premier, of course, is available. I don't know if it's on Hirschner's yet. The Premier, I guess directly from their website, and then also, where would it be? It wouldn't be at Michael's. It might, no, I don't think Michael's carries Premier. But like those colors, and then now all these Karen cakes at Michael's. Oh my. If I go shopping, it's just going to be like $300 worth of yarn damage. And the thing is, once I donate some of these things, I will have space, like I mentioned before, but I don't want to fill that space. So my intention is to either slowly donate them. So sometimes in the morning, my husband will be like, I need a hat. And so I just pull one out and give it to him. And it's kind of nice to like have this stash of hats instead of, you know, him being like on Monday, be like, hey, I need a hat for Thursday. And then I sit and make it. That's also nice, but it's kind of nice. Like, these are all hats right here. There's like 2 piles of hats, and it's, I don't know, it's kind of wonderful. I've already made them and they're here, and it's like I can give it to him as needed. It's also very nice to just donate like in bulk, but I feel like this is kind of nice as well. So I go through phases where I will make baby caps. I will sit for like 3, 4, 5 days and just make baby hats for babies in the NICU. And I'll pump out like, I don't know, 20, 30 hats. Then I'll have a phase where I'll sit down and make these adult hats, these beanies. And that's a bit longer because those take longer, but that's like over a 2-week period. I'll just sit and make hats. And again, I'll pump out maybe 15, 20 hats. And then, of course, if you've been following me for July and August, you will have seen that I made a ton of shawls. I had no intention to make so many shawls, and I had no intention when buying Big Twist Rave to use those for shawls. I honestly bought them without knowing what I was using it for. But I just fell in love with this shawl pattern by Crystal over at Bago de Crochet, which is called the Annabelle shawl. It's so simple. It has a granny stitch and it has double crochets. And I've made like over a dozen of them, and I feel like that's just going to be one of my go-to patterns for shawls. So I had no intention to make a dozen shawls, but here we are. There's a dozen shawls in here. There's a few baby blankets. I'm still making blankets. So I'm making this one I just showed you, and then I'm making a Bernat blanket yarn that's over by my couch. And that one is, oh my gosh, I keep forgetting the color. I think it's called Raspberry Kisses, I want to say. And I feel like I am on my third or fourth ball, and I have one more ball. So I think of that color, I only could get 5 when it was on sale. I feel like I'm gonna need more though, because I wanted to make it like a very big blanket. I made another one that's more of like a greenish seafoam green color, and that one goes from my toes all the way like up to here. Like, it's nice and long. Even my husband can fit in it because he's taller than me. But I don't know what happened with this yarn. I like only bought 5. I guess there were only 5 there, so I might need to go and buy more. But I feel like I'm just gonna finish using what I have right now and just tie it off. Like not take it off my hook, but I'll just knot it so it doesn't unravel. And then at some point, I will acquire 2 to 3 balls more and finish the project. I'm just really hoping that it's not going to be discontinued by then. So I might actually spend some time right now and just check if it's still in stock. And maybe I'll just buy those. I'm trying not to buy yarn. I'm trying to use what I have. And I don't say that to be, you know, frugal or anything, but I did buy quite a lot of yarn this year. So I even went to the Hobby Lobby clearance sale, which I was not planning on doing at all. And I purchased, not as much as last year, I think, but I still purchased a fair amount. But I did make a lot of them into hats, and I do have some left, some of the bulkier yarns left in my yarn closet. So, oh my God, my yarn closet, that is just another thing altogether. I have some bigger things and whips on top, and then I have like 3 bags full of scraps now, and I was trying to sort them by weight, but I feel like it's just gotten out of control and I just started throwing things in there. So I'm gonna have to sit down one day and take a long hard look at those bags and see if I'm actually going to make anything. The easiest thing for me to do, what I end up doing, is I take out the bag with the DK weight, like the number 3, and the worsted weight, the number 4, and I sort that by color on my couch. So there's my couch, and then there's this little side piece that goes in between the couch going this way and the couch going this way. There's a little corner piece, and that's where I put all my crochet. So I end up putting it by color, kind of like either similar colors together or rainbow type color. Just I sort it, and then I can make adult hats or baby hats. So usually I start with baby hats if there's very little yarn, and if there is a lot of a few colors that's enough to make an adult hat, then I will start an adult hat. But I generally don't mix those 2 weights. I wouldn't mix the 3 weight with the 4 weight. I'll use them separately. And that's how I find a lot of my hats are made, at least the baby hats, because they don't require as much yarn. So the baby hats are all half double crochet, and I think that pattern is by, I want to say Heart Hook Home or Hooked by Robin. I'm going to put it in the description box of this video for you so that you can see the exact Preemie Hat pattern that I use. I just love it, so I've never looked for anything else. I really love it. It's so simple, and I've made hundreds of them now by this point. So I'm going to link that down below for you. And I will also link the adult hat I make. So now I make my own too, but so the adult hat that was my all-time favorite was the Divine Hat. And now my other favorite is my own pattern called the Fresh Air Hat. So the Fresh Air Hat is on my YouTube channel in my tutorials playlist. And I have made some modifications to that. The only real modification I made is that I did not do 2 extra rows of the increase that I gave in that pattern. So in that pattern, you make the crown, then you start the design. Then I added 2 extra rows to make it wider, and then I made the pattern again. In the 20 hats that I made for donations in the month of July, I did not do that extra increase. So where the crown ended and then the design started, I just continued down with the design. And the place where I had initially increased, I did not increase there. I think I just did 2 rows of double crochet, or maybe it was 1 row of double crochet. Go back and check my videos. I'm going to try to check that because I don't remember exactly. Now the hats are inside here, but I feel like I did maybe 1 row of the double crochet, no increase in that row, and then I continued on with the pattern. So it was just a small modification, but it made such a big difference because the hat looks much cleaner and nicer, and it does fit. I am going to work on a tutorial for the hat if I can, if I find time. I don't know if that's going to happen right now. But in any case, just following the tips that I just gave, go to my Fresh Air Hat tutorial, watch it through one time. There's also a written pattern. If you like written patterns, you can get that over at Ravelry. And try the hat. Just try it out. Try it. I would recommend, I haven't made it with the I've made it with a 3 weight and a 4 weight. I haven't made it with a 5 weight or a 6 weight. I have not made it with anything thinner than a 3 weight. But, you know, feel free to experiment and see what works for you. Everyone has their own favorites. I know some people love working with 2 and 3 weights. Some people love working with bulky weight. It's just a matter of your personal preference. So I would just treat it as an experiment. And if you don't want to use nice yarn that you have, you can use your scrap yarn. That's totally fine. But give it a try. Try out the Fresh Air hat and see how that works out for you. And I would just ask that you can donate those hats that you make, because I'm planning to donate the hats that I've made. And I don't know when that donation is going to happen, but I feel like I'm going to perhaps make some more before I go ahead and donate them, because it's just nice to see some of my work here versus I don't really have much. What you're seeing behind me, these pillows and these wall hangings, and I have some like really small samples that I had tried designing. And then in my lower bin on that side, I might have less than 10 pieces that I've made. I want to say 5 to 8 pieces. I do have a couple up around my house, on the walls, in other places, on my couch. So let's say in total, yeah, and then my daughter has a little bin with little scraps that I used to make things out of upstairs, but I generally give away all my stuff. So I've been gifting and donating things for the last 10 years. And crocheting to me is just such a beautiful avenue. I love having this in my life. I come back to it. I love it. I don't know how else to describe it. It's comfort for me. It's relaxation for me. It's therapeutic for me. It keeps my hands busy and away from food and putting things in my mouth. And it just, you know, it soothes me in some way, you know. And even I've noticed, like, there's times when I know I won't be able to crochet, but I will still take a crochet bag with me. I'll take a whip with me. Sometimes I just like putting my crochet on the couch beside me, even though I'm not crocheting. It's something about it being there with me that gives me that comfort. I feel like, and I have no idea how this works, but I compare it to like having a therapy dog, that like your dog is there with you. So I've gone yarn shopping in Joann's and I've seen people with their small little dogs in their cart and they're like talking to their dog and petting their dog. And I don't pet my yarn, but maybe I do. But it's like, how do I describe it? I'm trying to find a word to describe it, but it's just like, it's this lifeline, you know. It's really, it's taking me through life and it's helping me to do life in a way that I can still show up as my best self, you know. And that's what matters to me at the end of the day, is to, you know, spend your time wisely. Your kids are only young once, and, you know, I want to spend time with them, but I also know that this is part of my self-care. This is part of me, you know, being who I am. So this is a really big part of who I am, and, you know, people may or may not understand it, but I feel like you who are watching, who may be in a similar position, or, you know, you may be further ahead in life than me, but I feel like you understand the sentiment. And I could never see myself as one of those people that said, oh yeah, I used to do that when I was young, but, you know, then I had a family and I haven't done it in 30 years. And I was just like, I would listen to people saying that all the time, and I was like, how? Like, I found something I love. I've made such beautiful pieces, and I don't say that to pat myself on the back, but I say that to, like, these patterns, these designs, these things people have come up with are just so beautiful. There's so much beauty in it. And just the fact that I could make that with my hands, it's like, there's no better feeling than that. So something like this is by Helen Shrimpton. This was a much larger pattern, but I've only made a part of this. I used rainbow colors, and I mean, it's just like a joy to look at. So something like this is what happened in 2014, is that I found crocheting and it just clicked with me, and I've never looked back. You know, I'm not going to wait for 10 years until my kids are grown up and then come back to it. That's not going to be me. I'm going to be here doing this, working on my craft, working on this hobby, working on this passion of mine, and just like loving each day with it. So I leave you with that today. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. As always, I hope you have a wonderful crochetful day, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.